Okay, I want to just talk about, I want to talk about two things briefly, and then I'm going to sing you my holistic lawyer rap song.
Yes.
Because it has to be captured on video. For posterity. Yeah, no, y'all are going to need the tissue. And I'm not a singer, but anyway. So, y'all, a lot of what I'm going to talk about has come up a little bit in private conversations and in open space. But when I first came to this movement 3 years ago at Asilomar, I was a mess. And y'all that met me there and have seen me progress have seen my mess. And so my passion is attorney wellness, because I was in such crisis. I was ready to leave the law. But I loved the law. I've always loved the law, and was good at it, and just never found a home. But I never considered myself a fringe person. I'm not an energy worker. I'm not a healer of sorts. And so I am one of those sort of mainstream lawyers. I went through the system, went straight through school, and graduated and came out and did a clerkship and moved around a little bit. And I just never found a way to practice law that was consistent with my whole being. And so I created this double life. And didn't have the holism until I found out IAHL through Kim. And so I came and put it out to the universe and set my intention to start on this path. And so I prayed, and I said, what can I do in this movement? And a new job came along to me, to be the Pro Bono coordinator for an independent nonprofit legal services, not Legal Services Corporation. And I said, this is a really good opportunity, because I had a theory that joy and meaning, and Steve Kiva got me started on the path as well. And I wanted to find joy, satisfaction, more meaning in the practice of law. And I said, you know what? Pro bono work is a way to do that. And so I had a theory, and I went and I started looking at people's stories and started talking to pro bono clients. I'm responsible for referring over 8 counties out to the private bar. So my job is so the universe has put me in a position where I'm a messenger. My job is to go out and talk to lawyers and to talk to them about pro bono work. And what I've been doing is infiltrating in matters of holistic law and trying to couch it in very broad terms and trying to feel out what is important to people. And what I found is that they're receptive to it. They don't shrink away from the label of holistic law once I explain to them. The way I've been explaining it is that there's a group of lawyers, a movement out there that really is trying to find more meaning and satisfaction in the practice of law, and trying to be more effective lawyers and relate to our clients and helping our clients transform. And the transformational piece is really powerful in pro bono, because you have low-income people who have very often not ever stood up for themselves and don't have the self-esteem, and they get a lawyer in front of them, and people are actually doing this. In Asheville, I have come across about 12 different case studies where the lawyer sat down with the client and viewed them empathetically with communication, understanding, empathy, and love, and help that person transform and step up and get out of a bad housing situation, get out of a bad relationship, and transform their lives and help them lift themselves up out of poverty. So I think my realm, at least for the next while, is going to be to merge the pro bono practice world, which is very mainstream. Everybody knows it's an ethical requirement, but I'm going to try to convince people to use the principles of holistic law and experiment in their pro bono practice and relate to clients holistically through pro bono work. And I'm going to write and bring it to a national level, I hope. There's a conference, there's the organization of pro bono professionals. There's a whole cadre of pro bono professionals, and many of them are lawyers and many of them are not. And I'm going to start going to their conferences and cross-pollinating these ideas. So I just say all that just to show that I really do feel like a messenger, and the attorneys that I'm talking to, they're hungry. I start talking about finding more joy and satisfaction, more meaning, and practicing from the heart, and loving our clients and loving ourselves and attorney wellness, and they're all right there. So I am really interested in, and I haven't turned anybody off by being too fringe. And I think it's include and expand. We're going to include everyone that comes to the table, and then expand to save the soul of our profession. We started a holistic law lunch group, Kim and I did, and we had about 15 people come together, and we did that for 6 months or so, and then our numbers started dwindling, and we kind of lost our energy, and we said, what else are we going to do? And so we said, let's do a CLE series, and let's get CLE credit. And so we did Peacemaking and the Law. And the first series was Peacemaking from the Bench with a local respected district court judge. And then we did, the next one was a panel, lawyers as peacemakers. We had 3 different people, and we had a mediator, we had a litigator, federal litigator, and I don't really remember who else. And then we did Peace from Within, the whole in part, you know, and we had people tell their stories. We had a bipolar lawyer tell her story. We had people talking about stress addiction. We didn't have a alcohol and drug story, but we didn't need it. And the point was, we got CLE credit for this stuff. We offered the CLE credit for free. People paid the cost of their lunch. We rented a nice space, very traditional space right near the courthouse, and they came. They all came. We had full capacity at every event. We had 65 people, 70 people. And these were the guys that came were the old guard from the big law firms.
Our entire bar has 600 people.
She had 10% of the bar
Yeah.
showing up.
In Asheville.
In Buncombe County.
That can't be right.
Right. So we, and what I want to do is, my laptop crashed, and so I wasn't able to print out the CLE applications that we did, but I want to put those on the listserv and share with everybody, so you can go home and take this and do something similar if you like. But we couched it in terms of professionalism, and I think packaging it together as a series was really important, because we just got credit for all 3 at the same time, and we had a little momentum. And so now we're going to do a fall series, holistic relationships, the holistic attorney-client relationship, holistic, we're still working this out, but lawyer-to-lawyer holistic relationship. And I want to do a piece on holistic law firms and the culture of the law firm, and have that be a part of the attorney wellness, you know, as well. So I would just encourage everyone to start networking within the bar. And I know everybody does that to some extent, but our bar is progressive, but it's still an institutional, you know, force, and it has been open to it. And I'm hoping to get in with the new president of the bar and bring CLEs possibly to the bar lunches.
If I might add, as the executive director of a bar association, the persons you really want to get on your side are the administrators, because the presidents come and go, but if the executive director believes it, that person will be a real force for you. And there's a huge network of bar executives in this country who are responsible for all of the programming and the events and what sections come in and what don't. And if you can make inroads within that organization, then you're going to really begin to institutionalize this. And, you know, I was talking to Tim, well, why don't we have a collaborative law section? Why, you know, we can create a section. Tell me you want to be the chair. Okay, we'll do that.
Ready for my song? I may enlist you to sing along at the chorus, and hopefully I won't forget any of the words. And I play this with just a beat, so I'm just going to sing it a cappella now. Okay. Went to school for a couple of years. All I got was a culture of fear. Not your normal fear ghost. Fear not winning, not having the most. Now they say I'm an attorney, and baby, I got me a window seat. People return my calls, cases won or lost, which way they fall. Come on, travelers, come on, souls, let's go down the open road. Let's just see what life can bring if we just sing. Come on, travelers, come on, souls, let's go down the open road. Let's just see what life can bring if we just sing. Kumbaya. So you see, my senior partners and I were sitting around talking one day. They said, hey girl, what is this thing about lawyers and peacemaking? I said, yo guys, you got to grow. It's a bunch of cool cats there in the know. I said, hey guys, you got to see, it's not just a bunch of hippies sing kumbaya. What if it were true? Lawyers as peacemakers, a clue. In those come before judges who knew the score. They said lawyers as healers, they said lawyers with feelings, not only business dealing, sent those attack dogs reeling. More travelers, come on souls, let's go down the open road. Let's just see what life can bring if we just sing.